made another wheel, and I'm not gonna do a full build video on this one like the other ones, because the build's very similar to the other one, so you can look at those videos if you wanna get more details about how to wire up your Arduino or assemble the plastic paddle shifters. Actually, exact same ones as I use on all my other wheels. One of the primary differences on this one and the others is that for the screen I used a Vocore screen. So you can buy these online. They're like $35, something like that, maybe closer to 40. In today's shipping problems environment, if you want to get it quickly, like within I think they say like up to 12 weeks if you go the slow route, then you have to pay for shipping, which is an additional $20, which does increase the price pretty heftily since this is less than 40 itself. You do get free shipping though if you buy for over $100, but then you need to get 3 screens, which is a lot. You can also, of course, go for slow shipping, but just don't expect it soon. This took about a week with expedited shipping to get these, and I really like these Vocore screens. In my previous builds, as you may have seen, I used old Android phone for the display, which is a little bit bigger. For this, wouldn't have fit this use case because I wanted a smaller screen, because this is primarily going to be like a rally wheel for me, although since I built it I really like it and I've been using it for GT cars also. And so I needed a smaller screen because I had to get a smaller button box so it wouldn't like interfere with me using it in rallying, which tends to sometimes get a little intense. The button box here that I made for this, I'm not super happy with it. I made some tweaks to it after I built this to make things a little bit easier for you. One of the tweaks that I did is that, see this front plate here? I don't know how well you can see it. Maybe you can see it if I get closer. See, there's caps here. Yep, here we go. These 3 caps. So I just removed the holes in the print file. So when you print it, there aren't going to be any holes here, so you won't need those caps. I also changed it so that instead of using a countersink screw that you put in here, you should use one that has a bolt head. So still an M5, but with a bolt head, or alternatively, I guess maybe even better, you can embed like a nut in here, similar to what I did on the bracket for the Simagic Alpha Mini quick release exchange, if you want to check that video out. And then you can screw on the quick release here from the back. You just have to be careful to use bolts that are the right length so you don't screw through it and break the screen on this side. But and then I also created an additional bracket which would go under the release here, which locks everything in together, because I thought I could friction lock this rear plate, but there was like, since I made the box even smaller, the fitment was very tight in here, so getting it together, kind of had to fasten it with screws. So I used washers here to keep it in place, but you can use that plate that I added to the print files. So yeah, so there is that. There's nothing really that holds this plate other than, of course, the mounting of the quick release here that clamps everything together. Things that I wasn't super happy about: the front plate. Don't know if you can see it here. Maybe there's a little bit of gap here because I'm not screwing the front plate in. Really, the only thing that holds the front plate is the buttons and the encoders. But anyway, you can all see I went with a longer cable, which helps with rallying. These are the same magnetic shifters using my other wheels. I did not put paddles on these, primarily because I was going to use this in rallying, and I use a sequential stick shift for that. However, I've been using this in GT cars, and the placement is just really nice here. So I've kind of liked using it just with no paddles, just using the levers here. But of course, my other wheels have paddles, and you can flip those out and add them here. I don't know if there's much else to add other than I really like this Vocore path for the screen. Not the least of it's because of what I use to manage the screen, and that is SimHub. It's a really nice little piece of software, and it allows you to, of course, download all kinds of dashboards from the internet and install on these. Some of which have multiple screens, and you can map the actual buttons on your wheel to change those screens, as you can probably see in the video that I have in some corner here going on like right now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to get details on more details on how to assemble these or wire up the Arduino, then just check out my older videos. If you want to get more details on how to set up this, which is super simple, it's pretty plug and play. You just plug in your USB here and load the drivers from the website, and then you go into SimHub, select dashboard, and tell SimHub to load it up on your Vocore screen. That's all there is to it, really. It's just so simple. I'll link to another video though from someone else that walked through that. I don't see any reason to do that again because someone else has already done it pretty well. So that's that for this wheel build. Hope you enjoyed. Hope if you build one of these you'll like it. I'll talk maybe before I end this, talk a little bit about this wheel. I bought it on eBay for 27 bucks, which is I did not have high expectations on a wheel for that price, but it has surprised me. It just feels real good. Seems to be pretty good quality. It's somewhat heavy, solid, as you would expect from a wheel like that. It does have though things which you would not expect from like a high-end wheel, which is the stitching here. It's a little bit to be desired how they ended the stitching there, and there's a little bit of a artifact here in the leather. There's a crimp here in the leather. So, but other than that, it's just feels real good, and I'm super happy with it. For 27 bucks. The whole build, by the way, this wheel cost me about 100 bucks, maybe slightly under 100 bucks, and that's including the quick release on the back. So pretty cheap build for a wheel that it's got a screen, button box, and you can control the screens on the on there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and maybe you'll build one your own for yourself.